Okay, tell me guys, what you know about um, Agile or Scrum framework? Hello, Chaitanya, and no, you can type. If you are unable to speak, you can type. So that's not a problem.
Okay.
So, what do you know about Agile methodology or Scrum framework? Okay, fine. I'll continue. So do not worry about it. Okay, see, in software development lifecycle or in IT field, we have so many methodologies. So we'll be using waterfall, uh, validation and verification, iterative, extreme programming, rapid application. Yes, there are so many methodologies available in software. So very known, most of the projects will be used or using waterfall method. Same way we have agile methodology. In agile methodology, we are using Scrum framework. In agile methodology, we are using Scrum framework. Or some people will say Scrum framework. Some people will use Kanban, or some people will use SAFe, Scaled Agile Framework. This is called Scaled Agile Framework. Okay, so very popular one. It's purely based on the client. So offshore manager or your team will not decide what is the methodology we need to use in the for the project. Okay, the client will decide whether he wants to have waterfall or some other methodology or agile methodology. Under agile methodology, again he will decide whether he wants to have a Scrum, Kanban, or SAFe. Okay, once it is finalized, then people has to undergo some trainings. Or if someone is already undergone training, then he has to share his knowledge with the team members. Okay, that's how they means prefer the methodologies. And the same way, so how I'll give a real time scenario. If you want to travel from Chennai to Bangalore, you have so many transports. Okay, by car, by bike, bus, train, flight, or something else, or you can go by walk. Okay, you have so many ways and you have so many routes, and what you need to do is you should select based on your cost, time, convenient, and efficiency. So you have to check all these four: cost, time, convenient, and it should be very effective. Okay, if these four are matched, and if you are fine, see, if everything is the time, you are getting less time and it is convenient, and if it is efficient or convenient or efficient, then you will not bother about cost, isn't it? Or another way is, if it is costly and less convenient, less efficient, and you have to put more amount, so is it possible to put more amount? No. Okay, so you check all these factors. The same way the client will decide all these factors, and based on that he will decide. Why? Because assume that I want to deliver a product to live system, live environment. Okay, 6 months product instead of doing. So assume that 3 months they have taken for designing and building, and another 1 month they have taken for system testing, and fifth month they have taken for acceptance testing, and 6 month they are going to implement in the production. So here we need to wait for 3 months to do the testing, that is in the fourth month. After system testing, another 1 month for acceptance testing, then only sixth month we are delivering the product to the live. When you go to Scrum, what you can do is monthly 2 sprints, so totally 12 sprints. Okay, now what you do, every 2 weeks you are delivering a product increment. Okay, you are delivering a product increment every 6 months, every 2 weeks, which is very good. Why? Because you can people will develop and they will test it and they do everything within those 2 weeks, and next that's how they will progress. So that is the reason we call it as a product increment. Same like, what is product increment? If you talk about, if you want to write if you want to read a book, what you do, you will decide the pages. Okay, per day I will read 20 pages, next day 20 pages, means you are incrementing your reading. Same way we are incrementing to deliver a quality product. That is the reason we say product increment. Okay, that is the reason we say product increment. Same way, same way, if you go to a buffet, assume that your entire team has been invited for a buffet. So what happens if you go to buffet or to the hotel? Already items will be there. Who will arrange all these items? The manager. The manager will decide the menu for each and every day. Okay, so as a team, what we do? We will select what to eat. Okay, for starters, what to eat, how many times we need to eat the starters, then main course or dessert, or if you have a drinks, then the drinks course. Okay, so totally you will be having 3 to 4 courses, minimum two, starters and main. If it is 3 course, then they will include dessert, or if you have a drinks, then you will have a four course meals. Okay, so each and every time what you do, you will take a plate and whatever you want, you put it, and then you will go back and you will eat, and again you will go. So this is how you do it. You you cannot take all the items in single plate. Correct? Is it possible? Assume that you have a very big plate. You select the very big plate and put all the items in single plate? No, it's not possible. No, even though it is possible, but it looks awkward. Okay, eating in a very big plate and having all the items, if someone sees, it will not be good. So that is the reason we'll prefer always small one, and go select whatever you can eat, finish it, and go for different kind of rounds. Same way here, the product owner will arrange all the product backlogs or user stories or story points. He will arrange all the product backlogs, user stories or story points. Then we'll have a sprint planning, because the in the sprint planning we'll define a sprint goal. We'll define a sprint goal. Okay, if you see this, okay, so first he will get the requirements from the stakeholders. The product owner will get the requirements from different stakeholders. See, customers, stakeholders, market, because he has to observe the market competition and what is his vision, and from the development team for product owner, or these are all the different things, the contents. So once he finds all the things, he will keep a ordered list. He will keep a ordered list. Then refinement. So in that, if he wants to add something or move something, edit something, order something, delete, split, merge, prioritize, all the things will be done during the backlog refinement. Okay, that's what you do, right? When you take a plate, first you say that okay, I'll add something. Then what you do, you will delete something. Means delete means you will give it to someone. You will split something, means I'll have only this much, you will give to something, or you will merge, or you will ask someone to merge it, or while eating you will order it, or you will prioritize it. Okay, so after doing all the things, then he will have a proper product backlog. Okay, proper product backlog. Then he will have a sprint planning. In the sprint planning, he says that okay, these are all the items or user stories or story points or high value, because always the scrum team will deliver high business value product increment or potential shippable component. Okay, so he has to deliver these kind of things only. So in the sprint planning, the scrum team will select the scrum team will select the items or backlog items. So once they select, then they will get a sprint backlog. Okay, what are the things they are going to work for the current sprint. Okay, then once they select, they will have a daily stand-up meeting, which will be there for 15 minutes. 15 minutes. Then after once you complete everything, then you will have a sprint review. Okay, in the sprint review, it is like a demo. So as part of manual testing, we have discussed the demo. Okay, or you can say exit criteria, or you can say user acceptance testing, or acceptance criteria. Okay, it's similar to your sprint review. Then sprint retrospective. It is like your project retrospective or project post-mortem. Okay, this is how you do take care in your scrum. Okay, so how this scrum or agile has come into market? So we should know how the scrum has come into the market. If I okay, in 2011, in 2001, 17 people of different software backgrounds, they met in one location. Okay, they are using different things, extreme programming, or they are using adaptive software development or pragmatic programming or something like that. So they are using these kind of things, and finally in this 2 to 3 days, they have found some keywords. Okay, they have found some keywords. What is that keywords? We are uncovering better ways of developing software by doing it and helping others to do it. Okay, they have uncovered the better ways of developing a software. Okay, what are those things? The common values. These are the common values. These are the common values. What is that? First, individuals and interactions over process and tools. Generally, when you join in the project, people say that follow the process, and use the mentioned tools. This is what people will always talk about in real time. But when you are moving to agile methodology, you should be individual and you should have interactions with your team members, development team, testing team, on-site team, okay, your lead manager, so everyone. So here in scrum you will not get lead manager, you will get scrum master, product owner, okay, to all stakeholders, customer, users. So you have to interact each and every one. Whenever you have an opportunity to talk to them. Okay, so we should be, that is the reason I was telling to you guys. So you should not leave any person in your organization. If you have something and it can be done by so and so person, talk to them. Okay, that is called interactions. Then working software. Generally, we as a resource, we always concentrate on preparing the documents and we'll give less priority on the actual work. Okay, so what you need to do is, in if you are in a Scrum framework, first concentrate on working software to deliver a shippable product. Okay, then concentrate on your documentation. So generally people have a what is that, some myth saying that in Scrum or agile methodology we no need to prepare any documents. That is a wrong assumptions. We concentrate on working software and we should finish all the documentation also on time. Then customer collaboration over contract negotiation. Generally, if something goes wrong, the customer or the client will say that yes, it is available in the contract. Okay, something went wrong and you are the liable and you should pay something. Otherwise, we will sue your company and anyhow you will get the compensated amount. Okay, that is not the case. When you are a Scrum, if I am a client, I should interact with all the team members at least a day or 2 weeks once or 3 weeks once or weekly twice or thrice. Okay, so that I can assure that people are going in a right direction and responding to change over following a plan. So generally what we do is general human tendency. If I am working on something, I'll not bother about other things. Okay, if someone assigned to you, you will say I'm working on so and so one. So this to simply escape from a situation or from a problem. But if you are in a Scrum framework or Agile methodology, you should respond to the change if it is very urgent. If it is very urgent, you should respond to that change. Okay. So these are the common values they have found during their meeting in 2001, 12 to December 12 to 13. Clear, guys? Okay, then I'll talk about this process principles later. Okay, and we should follow these three legs of Scrum. So, or people will say an empirical process. Okay, if you want to move from your location to some other location, okay, which is a kilometer away from your place. So, what you do, first you will walk and you will check one landmark and see are you going in a right direction. Assume that you don't have any GPS or whatever it is. Okay, then you will check and again you will ask someone saying that how to go to so and so place. So what I am doing here, I am inspecting and again I am adapting, because if someone says that okay you have to go in this way, then you have to adapt. Inspect means you have to check whether you are going in the right direction, okay, to reach your goal. Okay, that is the reason people will say I and A. I and A means I means inspect, and is same. A means adaptation. Okay, these are three legs of Scrum. And one more important thing is Scrum has some values. Not the basic values what we discussed in the beginning, but Scrum itself have some values. The first one is you should be very committed. Okay, you should be very committed because you are working on a smaller amount of projects which will contain 3 to 5 resources at the maximum 7 to 10. And when you have smaller teams, you should do more focus. You will be focused like anything, because you don't need to think about what is coming and how to do it and what to do it, all these things. Then you should be very open. Open means generally in waterfall methodology, people what they do is if the lead or manager are in the same room, these team members will not discuss anything, and if we ask something, is it went good or bad, people will not open. Okay, that is always a wrong way. Okay, then respect. If you have some existing team members and if you are a new person, you should respect. Otherwise, it will be very difficult. And final one is you should be very courageous. If you during your daily scrum meeting or sprint review meeting or sprint retrospective meeting, if someone calls you and you should say that I know this will not work. If you say I know it will not work, better execute one more time. Okay, so these are the 5 values, guys. Okay, as of now we discussed only values and legs. So we discuss remaining 3. Okay. First one in this 3, first one is roles. We should know who is doing what role. Okay, product owner, which is available in the client side. Okay, take care of, he'll be a product owner because he knows the requirements, user stories or story points. He'll be discussing with a lot of people. Okay, he takes all the input ideas and he start preparing a document on his own language. And if it is in European, then what I need to do is I should send it for translation. Okay, I should send it for translation. Then your Scrum Master. Scrum Master is like your facilitator, guide, whoever it is. He is a Scrum Master. So we cannot say he is a lead or he is a test lead or project manager, something like that. Okay, then we have some activities and artifacts. Okay, as I said earlier, product backlog refinement. So what he was doing earlier, he gets all the ideas, and using the product backlog refinement, what he will do is he will reorder again for the next sprint onwards. based on the criticality or based on the high business value. Okay, then sprint planning. In the sprint planning, as I said, you will have all the things, and finally, what is that? 1 minute, guys. The scrum master, he's like your facilitator, coach, and what else, what not. So he does everything. If you want to conduct him a meeting, he will conduct you immediately. Okay, then your development team, or here development team means like not exact developers. Okay, so what they do is, okay, scrum team like developer, testers, business analyst, or designers, whoever it is. Okay, all are called scrum team. Then artifacts, product backlog. As I showed you earlier, product backlog will contain list of all the items. Okay, then what he has to do is he has to prepare backlog. Backlog is like your product elements, project elements. That's how. 1 minute, guys. Okay, clear, guys, as of now. Okay, so it's very simple. Take your buffet system or reading a book. Okay, book is will be very big, so you cannot read entire book in single day. So why? It contains almost all more than 500 pages. Assume that. Then he will plan. So how, what he can read, how he can read, how much he can read. So based on that, he will create a plan. Okay, this is what happens in real time. Okay, then coming to product backlog. If you have product backlog, then you will do a product backlog refinement. Sprint backlog. So as part of your sprint planning, you will find the sprint backlogging. Okay, then as part of your daily scrum or sprint review, you should deliver high business value, means or potentially shippable product. Okay, so these are all very important things. Okay, then the scrum master, as I said, assume that I am a scrum master and the team doesn't know anything about scrum. So generally, if it is a test lead, what he will do is there is a link, go and select the particular what is that, training or whatever it is, and he say he will be very happy. So this guy has allowed me for something else. Mm, guys, I am doubting myself. Are you guys following? Venkatesh? Okay, fine. Okay, if a team doesn't know Scrum, he will teach. If team is having some problem, he will solve it. If the team needs something, he will bring. Okay, he that is the reason people will call it he is a change agent. He is a coach. He is a mentor. He is a facilitator. Okay, he will resolve the problems because if you resolve the problems, then only the team can focus on doing work. Okay, so he is everything. Like if you take best example, assume that uh, so I think you guys might have watched Lagan or you might have written some exams. So what you do during exams, there is a target already for you. What is the target? You have to at any cost finish your exam and take relax. Why? Because day after tomorrow again you have one more exam. What you do guys during this time for your exam? You will study whole night. Okay, why? Because tomorrow there is exam. You will study whole night. Means someone has put trigger in a point blank. So what you have to do is you have to read, and go for the exam next day. Or if you might have watched Lagan movie, what is their target? If they win the match, they no need to pay anything for some years. If they lose the match, and they have to pay the taxes whatever asked by the British government. Okay, for everyone knows that they have a target. Okay, they at any cost they have to reach that target. Okay, now coming to another movie. So assume that they are given some chance to you. Okay, so you no need to do anything, and I'll give some time for you, 6 months to 1 year. I'll properly observe you, and first what the trainer will do, he will focus on his uh, uh, habits or his activities, what he is doing every day. So for he will just observe for 2 3 days or maximum a week. Then he will see whether he has any problems. Then he will try to solve all the problems. Why? Because always like a IT or if he is a sports person, he should be always mentally stable. You should not think anything other than your work. Okay. So the best example is Check the India movie. In Check the India, what Shahrukh does is first he will select the team members. Then everyone will be showing different attitude, and he will first focus on their uh, what is that important things for them in the match, and later he finds means everyone has some kind of problem. He tries to talk them and solve the problems without knowing them. Some people knows it already. Okay, finally he should make sure that all the team members interacting with each other. So that is also he does. See, in a movie you have everything, and finally the team realizes that okay, we have a goal, and at any cost we should reach that goal. Okay, so this is what the Scrum Master is all about. Okay, we have some more slides. I'll show you tomorrow, guys. Okay, so just follow the Lagan movie or check the India, then you can see lot of difference. You can see lot of differences. Okay, we'll meet tomorrow. And anyhow, I've captured the things here.